All right, first Q&A. I've been with the same company since graduating college, 4.5 years. And I have the opportunity to go for a promotion within the company. The problem is that this promotion would require me to move to a different city and therefore change the team that I work with. I want to be forthcoming with my current boss about applying for this opportunity. However, I'm very anxious for this conversation as I've only ever been promoted internally working for the same team, and I haven't had a conversation like this before. I have a feeling that he's not going to take this well, and I don't want to burn any bridges with anybody at the location I currently work at. Any advice on how to approach this conversation with my manager? All right, awesome. One is good for you. Good for you. Go live in a different city. Go work for different teams. Go meet a bunch of people. Go take more responsibility. Go forth, right? So that's awesome. The second thing is that if your boss is not a total loser, douchebag, small thinker, he should be excited for you to take on more responsibility for the company, to do new things, to go to new places, to be a bigger and a more evolved or more experienced person. So what I would say is I would give your boss a heads up and I would say, hey, I love my job here. I've loved working for you. You can kiss his ass a little bit. I've loved working with you. I'm so proud of everything I've accomplished. I love this team. I'm also starting to think about what's next for my life and what's next in my career, and I would love to do it at this company. I'm really interested in this job. I think that's a totally benign way to approach the conversation. The other thing you might want to do is get 15 minutes with your HR person and say, hey, I'm afraid to have this conversation with my manager because I'm afraid he's going to be punitive or I'm afraid he's going to get angry with me. I think that's a good thing to flag. But overall, I think that you should be really confident to say, I love what I'm doing. I love this team. There's also something in this company that I think could be really cool, and I'd love to check it out. And I wanted to be forthright about that. And if he's a good boss and a good manager, he will support you in that. And if he's not, then having the conversation with the HR person is probably a good CYA. Second question. I'm 32 and have advanced very quickly in my career at a big global manufacturing company. I now manage a $1 billion portfolio. Any advice for handling imposter syndrome? I feel like I'm capable of the job, but most days I can't shake the feeling that my age/fewer years of experience compared to my 50 and 60-year-old colleagues could mean that I don't have what it takes or may not have the tribal knowledge built with time to succeed. Fuck that. One, you are supremely talented. If you're 32 years old, if you've advanced quickly and you're running a $1 billion portfolio, you are doing something right. You are not an idiot. So let me just assure you of that. I think the second thing is people bring different levels of experience, different perspectives, different backgrounds, different insights, different personalities to the table at work. Just because you're younger, I used to be younger than everybody at work, and I always lied about my age. I always said I was 28 and I was 22. I lied about my age forever. Now I'm the oldest person at work and I lie about my age and say that I'm younger. So what does age really matter? I think the biggest thing for you is you should suck up literally every piece of knowledge that you can from the 50-year-olds and the 60-year-olds. Those people have been around the block. They know shit. They can teach you. I think the only way that you become an imposter is if you think you have nothing to learn. And so long as you open yourself up to feedback, you're confident enough to hear it and receive it, you seek knowledge from those folks, you spend time with them and learn from them, then you're going to crush your job and they will respect you because one, you've learned from them and you listen to them. Two, you've brought new ideas to the table. And three, you're proven success at the company. So you got to shut that little voice in your head, believe in yourself, learn as much as you can, and do as much as you're able. All right, last question. I've built an online business that's grown from 3 employees to 25, and I'm currently doing $500,000 a month in sales and about 25 to 30% growth month over month. Awesome. The coming economy and the tightening of consumer spend is making me worry about becoming stagnant. How do you find and recruit mid to high level talent for such a new company? We started 18 months ago. All right, look, dude, if you're growing 30% month over month, you are decidedly not stagnant. So you got to I think you have some distortion in your head about being stagnant. Like if you're growing 30% month over month, that's awesome growth. That's actually hyper growth. That's not stagnation. Now that said, you probably want to keep growing the beast. You want to hire more people. You want to feed the engine. You want to go into new places so that you can keep growing 25 to 30% month over month. I think the best thing that you can do is, obviously you want to post the jobs that you need. You want to network as much as you can, especially with the caliber of people who you want to attract or the caliber of companies that you want to attract people from. You got to use LinkedIn. You got to use your own social. You got to use the company's social handles. The best place I've found to find super talented people is from people who work here. So the other thing is if you hire great people and you're like, hey, we really need someone to take this into a new direction, ask your people, give them a bonus when they refer new employees. That's the easiest way to find great people because it's word of mouth referrals from people who you trust. You can hire a recruiter. Recruiters are expensive, but they can be pretty awesome and they can also open up your aperture. I had a hard time early on in Barstool, we didn't have a whole lot of money. So I was kind of reticent to hire a recruiter. I wanted to do all the recruiting myself. And I, like you, we were growing about 25, 30%, maybe even 50% month over month. But I was worried about getting stagnant. And I was worried about only having a fixed number of distribution outlets and ways to make money. And so I was I need new thinking to take us to new places, which I think is what you're saying. I remember doing all the recruiting myself and the chairman guys were you're a fucking idiot, hire a recruiter. And I was oh, it's so expensive. But it was one of the single best things I did because it brought in a partner who opened up my world and I could continue running the business and that person was out looking for talent. So you can hire an expensive recruiter who you pay up front, you pay a set big cost to, or you can hire a recruiter who works on contingency and then they just get paid when you hire someone. So both options can work, but I think the biggest thing is start from within. Use all the avenues and the channels that you have. Show why your company is a great place to work. Show where your company wants to go to and find people who want to be part of that vision. And then if you need to, find somebody outside your company who can help you.